I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. Press pause or I'm pressing play. Drug City, no Saturday. Got pain today and the shit really crazy. Please just make it go away. She's a demon that's roaming loose. Letters or chains, what will I choose? Hang these thoughts with a cable news. What you'll do for some Gucci boots. In the Lambo with the empty soul. Beat forces and a torn his soul. Anything that's gonna make me whole. Lift the pain cause I'm way too swole. Looks a kill and she got some body. Smoking, drinking, pop some rocks. He's love is a drug and that shit copy. Things got heated like hot tamale. Cartier shades, fuck on my face, but this shit hard for me. Broken face, paper plates deep in my arteries. You got me geeked up and you got me trapped down. I feel so useless and you'll never back down. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. Prodigy or just coincidence. You got me pinned up against the fence, but really these facts don't make no sense. So really it's just at your expense. I'm sitting up at the divisive point between you and I. There can only be one. Memories shine bright just like the sun. I truly thought that you were the one. Toxin coming up out my pores. Too many drugs but I want more. Waking up again on the floor. Shook not, I'm in a different war. Fell in love when I popped some Molly. All that came was a bunch of problems. She from Charlotte but act like Raleigh. Half a Zang, got me buck Milwaukee. Cartier shades, fuck on my face, but this shit hard for me. Broken face, paper plates deep in my arteries. You got me geeked up and you got me trapped down. I feel so useless and you'll never back down. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down.
Alright, what's up, what's up, what's up? How y'all doing? It's your girl Tony Dominique in the building. The podcaster that also games. Just in case y'all didn't know. And just in case y'all didn't know what. I think we lost my sound. Look how. Oh, there we go. Okay. The podcaster that also games. ADHD like a mug, y'all. Oh my god. As y'all know, we did a live listening party with Diffy, and so we got him in the building. So we got some questions that y'all had. What is going on with this sound? I need the sound. It's the sound for me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear? Oh, why is it going in and out? I have no idea. But we have Diffy in the building, so we're gonna go ahead and try to bring him up. Diffy in the building. Let me know if y'all can hear me out there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, people out there in the audience, y'all can hear me too? Okay, great. Diffy, can we get you on camera? Yes, we can. All right, let me get this.
How's it going?
It is going great. How is it going with you?
Oh, we're blessed. We are blessed.
All right. Ooh, let me see. Let me get my camera going. Let me get my life together. Yes, there we go. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little rundown of the rundown. So the way we do this show is before we actually interview you, we review all your music. So everybody in the
Okay.
chat, or most of the people in the chat, have already heard your music. We pulled it up. Your manager sent some in, and we did a rundown just to kind of hear who you are as an artist before we get the opportunity to talk to you and meet you live in person, and to give them an
Fantastic.
opportunity to kind of formulate some questions for you, because it's easier to, like, feel the artist, hear their music, and versus just meeting you out in the open. We've never heard anything you've done and trying to formulate questions off of that. So we've
Dope,
already
dope.
heard what you have to offer, and we got some questions. So I'm gonna start with some questions that the audience has come up with from yesterday. They may formulate some new ones in the chat. If they do, we'll ask those out, and we may formulate some new questions as we go along. So,
Fantastic.
first question for me is, where did you come up with the name Diffy?
Okay, so it's actually a very common question. So the thing with me has always been I've always kind of been an oddball. I kind of stand out a lot different than a lot of artists. And growing up, I've always been into making music. I grew up doing battle rap ciphers. So
Okay.
like in high school, middle school, high school, I was in these like crazy battle ciphers, and they're like, "Oh, this little white boy's coming up. What's the deal with him?" So I had to create a name, a stigma to kind of like that separated me from the rest. And because I started actually winning these ciphers, and so I was like, I really have to come up with a name. I have to do something. And all my boys were like, "Bro, you are different with everything you do. The music you make, how you freestyle, how you come in and just drop jaws, like you're different." So I said, Originally, I was gonna go with Lil Diffy because at the time when I was younger, and I still am, but I really am idolized by Lil Wayne. I love Lil Wayne. I think he's one of the greatest. And so I was like, Lil Diffy, Lil Different. And then so I actually went with that for a little while. And then as I started making music professionally and like starting to get a stigma, getting an audience, getting fans, making numbers, and really getting my name out there, I was like, nah, I'm Diffy. I'm different. You really can't put me in a one box. I'm my own person. So it's been a great it actually worked out great. Little high school me ended up making a great brand. So yeah, it's a common question because it's a different it's different. That's what you
Right.
get when you talk to me.
It's
I'm
different.
genuine, but I'm absolutely not in any sort of box. I'm my own person. So yeah, that's where it stems from.
Okay, we've got Dakiria and Ashton Martin in the building. They want to say, "Hey, what's up to you?" Ashton
What's up?
Martin
What's
is
up?
actually an artist himself. Dakiria also works in the management, artist development realm. So Dakiria wants to let you know she didn't even, from listening to your music yesterday, she didn't even know that you were white.
You know what's crazy is that's actually super common as well. Um, See, I'm on three different radio stations right now, and one of the people that owns the radio station, he hit me up and he's like, "Man, this is insane." A lot of people are like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, a great artist come from Charlotte," and he goes, "But guess what's crazier? He's a little white boy." And
Right.
they go, "What?" They're like, "What?" And I don't know if it's just the way I talk or like how it comes off, or if it's just the aggression in my music, but and I'm like, well, come on, guys. But it's like at the same time, it's amazing because it's like it makes you think. I got people thinking when they're listening to music. I got people going, "What the hell is this?"
Right. So
So
we
it's like,
didn't so I didn't show them your picture. We just listened to your music. So they had no idea what you look like. It was just straight based off of music, because sometimes, once you see a person, you kind of just get an idea of what you think they should sound like, what you think they should look like. So we went straight into just just your music. And then when they pop up today, surprise, they get to see who you are, get to put a face with the
surprise,
music name.
surprise.
Or like Dakiria says, we have a comedian named Duke, and he likes to call guys that don't necessarily sound like the typical white person. He calls them white skinned. So instead of light skin, you're white skinned.
It's like really crazy. It's like all my friends. I literally have like no white friends, and they're like, I'm like that. Like that group of guys, and there's like the one oddball. I'm the oddball, and all of them go, bro, you're black on the outside, or you're white on the outside, but you're black on the inside all day long. We accept
Right.
you.
They
And I'm
give you the
like, thank you
pass.
guys. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All
No,
right,
it's
so
amazing. I love it.
we got a couple of questions. The first one from the audience of yesterday was, what genre do you classify your music as?
That's a great question. I've never really entirely thought of that. Like I said, I grew up listening to Lil Wayne, and that's where you kind of hear my when you listen to my lyrics, you kind of can sense a sense of like puns, but at the same time, like I'm really aggressive. So, and then you hear songs like Ego just came out. Ego's on fire. Ego you would probably classify as like a alternative rock song, I guess. I've gotten that a lot of like, oh, it sounds like Juice World or something. I've gotten that as well. I really don't have a certain style of music. I'm super versatile, and when I go into the studio and I'm making this music, and we're playing beats and we're going through things. I never know what to expect. I could be making a banging ass trap song, or I'll be coming out of there with some song that like you will be playing because you just went through a bad breakup. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
really don't have a genre, and that's the unique sense of Diffie's life because we just make everything. We're highly unique. I want to really like, um, I think it's really important because we just really don't have one sense of music. We're making everything, and I don't know if I was to really make a genre. I just stay hip hop. I love it. I literally grew up in this, and it's like my entire life. So I'd say hip hop.
So I will tell you that the audience loves more so your more alternative style music.
Yeah,
Like their top three was Ego, I Am Human, and coming in third was Alcatraz. And
Alcatraz is fun.
those were the top
Yeah,
three that everybody liked. And we pulled up your Apple Music, so we gave you some streams. And we just kind of
thank you.
played around and picked a couple of songs, and those were the top ones that they like. Miss Daikiria loves I Am Human. And then we got JJ Boom, he likes Ego. So those were the
Um,
favorites.
no, I Am Human is an extremely old song. A lot of people don't know that. That song I made probably 4 years ago. That was my first ever like big, like I grew up doing the freestyle ciphers, but at the same time, like I've never really had a lot of money growing up, so I was never able to go to the studio. So I was that like guy growing up making music in a damn basement, and like it never came out great enough to do anything. So finally, I had enough money. I went and made I Am Human, and I knew this producer who made the beat, and he sang on it, and it was like. So I reposted it because that song when I did it 4 years ago, it exploded, and I was like, oh, everybody loves that song, and I was like, I gotta put it back on Apple. So that's why it says 2022. But that song is, you can just tell by my voice, how I did things. You could tell that I was just now starting to really get into the whole music. So yeah, I Am Human is very popular. It's a good song to listen to. Very relatable.
Right. So we got in the audience. So did Ashton Martin. It builds character, assuming they're saying that he had some old songs that when they were trying to build the name that they put out and then they re-put out later. Just because you get better equipment, better sound, better people to help you produce the things that that you really love. And they're saying they can't tell that it's an old song. So you did good with it.
It's pretty amazing.
You've
It's very
already
old.
you've already mentioned that you're a real big Lil Wayne fan. Do you have any other inspirations in your music?
Um, Growing up, I listened to a lot of Wayne, a lot of M. I mean, Eminem. I guess for you, everybody kind of anybody's listened to Eminem at some point in their life. But
Right.
I mean, my biggest inspirations was because when I was growing up and starting to make, really, I started writing music and doing freestyles first. When I was doing that, I was very new. Like, how do I explain this? When I was in middle school, I was a big rock kid. Like I went through that little phase of like rock and this and that, and then my parents were so against rap. They thought it was a really bad thing to have around their kids. Yeah, I know, but so me, like, I grew up in a bad part of Statesville, so everybody I hung around was all into rap music. And so it was like I got put on to Eminem when he first dropped the Recovery album, and then Lil Wayne, and then Drake had just started popping off with like the Take Care album.
Mm-hmm.
And so those three are who I gravitated very closely to. And it's like those are the three that started all for me, because I was like, holy shit, this stuff is really, really different. And like I'd always been that kid of like, I want to do something that a lot of people don't like to do, and I want to do it the best I can do it. So it's like, what would happen if I started making music? And I always like excelled with like writing growing up, like poems, like just I did things to kind of stay busy, and I transitioned to writing music. And then the freestyle ciphers is where I really started to develop a flow to where I could go into the studio and, you know, my biggest three is Wayne, Drake, and Eminem, because those are who I started off listening to. I mean,
That
that's
comes
that's
right
just where
on
it
time with
started.
one of the questions in the audience. Who are your top three favorite current rappers? So you
There
just
you
happen to
go.
answer that. You must have felt that question in the atmosphere.
Yep, there it
So,
is.
and that also flows into the next question the audience had from yesterday is when and how did you get into music?
So I had a pretty rough childhood growing up. So I was kind of that weird kid who always had earbuds in. You know what I mean? Like iPods were just now starting to come out, and I was somehow able to obtain one. And back then, you had to like plug the damn thing in your computer and go through hours of downloading. And like
Yep.
I was finessing like the iTunes cards and stuff. And I was so addicted to music. Like it was just my scapegoat. Like, you know how other kids were doing sports and stuff? I was that weird ass kid listening to music. And like after a while I got so in tune with it because of how important it became to me. Um, at a very early age, I then was like, I really want to do something with this. And like I said, everybody that I grew up with was doing, I mean, like literally it was just a culture I was in and what I was growing up in. And but not everybody could do it. And that's what like really enticed me was like, if I could tell you how many times I've been told that I ain't gonna be shit, and that like the worst thing anybody can tell me is this right here: be realistic with yourself. I've heard that a couple of times, and that's like, okay, I am. But music has like I've in high school was that weird kid in the corner of the classroom getting yelled at by the teacher because I got earbuds in while she's teaching. Music's just always been a thing to me. So now that I'm able to actually make it for other people to inspire other people, it's way beyond the bigger picture now at this point. So yeah, I've always just been that kid. I don't know. It's just something that always thrilled me. Sounds, noises, instruments, all of that. It just paved the way.
So you would say music was kind of like your scapegoat. It kind of gave you
Absolutely.
that out, and then in the escaping, it just kind of joined in from there.
Absolutely.
All right, let me see. What other questions do we have? Next question on the list is are there any industry professionals you would like to one day work with?
Um, yeah, there's a couple. I think right now, actually, we're trying to actually work this out right now. There's a band called The Neighborhood. They're out of California. They're very big. They've been big for years. I grew up listening to them too, and they do a lot of music with rappers. They're one that we're actually trying to work out right now. And of course, because I'm from Charlotte, me and the baby would murk a track together. We would
Okay, the baby.
Yeah, so the baby Wayne, definitely I will mark my words. I will be on a track with Lil Wayne before it's said and done, because goats see goats, and I'm a little goat in the being. I am. Don't I'm not ambiguous, but I promise you, it's like those people right there would be my most inspirational moments. And I mean that's it right there. The baby Wayne in the neighborhood right now are on my radar, 100%, like laser beam focused. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so work first of all, working with Lil Wayne would be like monumental because I don't even think he really works with a lot of people. So if you
Yeah.
get that, that'll definitely be game changer. And then we got a couple of comments in the chat. It says, first of all, from the last comment, thank you for sharing that. It helps them understand your music topics. They usually fall in love with the personality before they fall in love with the music. And music was so many of our outlets, and that's why they have a high respect for it. So yeah, y'all
Absolutely.
listen, music is a universal language for one. You know what I'm saying? No matter what color, what nationality, no matter what like country you're from, you put on some good music and all your problems just kind of go away, at least for that moment in time. You put on some good music and you just cannot deny that type of vibe.
Absolutely. It's a very powerful thing. And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to be a certain stigma to do it and be good at it. You just got to know what you're doing. I mean, and right now at this point, because I'm starting to really like in my area and Atlanta, I'm starting to really get known too. And it's like when I'm starting to gain this following, it doesn't. It's, a lot of people, it scares them and it makes them think a lot of pressure. To me, I love it. Like it's because I'm inspiring kids to think exactly like how I thought. You know, like nothing's impossible, and that's the power of music. You're gonna, like I said, I was that kid listening to Wayne and M when I'm going through shit. So now I have kids and young teens and stuff listening to my music and maybe similar situations, and are like, look, he's doing it.
I
What
could
if
do
I
it
want to be
too.
a doctor? Exactly. I want to be a doctor. They're telling me I'm not smart enough to be a doctor, but guess what? He's doing stuff that people have doubted him for. So it's so powerful, and that's what really keeps it going. Like not only my love for music, but like knowing that I got a kid listen, like I have a young kid listening to music, and he's probably got a way shittier situation growing up than I ever could imagine. You know what I mean? And it's like he's playing Diffy, and to me that's powerful. There's no words or feelings that can describe it. And I get a lot of those kind of messages like on Instagram. Your music, you know, the whole your music inspires me to do this and do that. And it's like there's nothing else in the world that I would want than to be able to, you know, do that. So yeah, absolutely, it's powerful.
All right, so we got a couple of questions in the chat. First is, any female artists would you like to work with?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That wave is riding right now. Top of my head, I've got there's like a lot of artists out in Charlotte right now. Trying to work Nina, Miss Ellie. There is Cardi would be dope to do something with. Cardi's like a firecracker. I'd love to do something with Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott, that would be
Yes, I
fire.
love Missy.
Missy Elliott spits so hard. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't listen to a whole lot of female rap, but I do stay intact with it. I do, and I fuck with it. I love how. See, that's another thing. These are women getting out of their comfort zone. They're doing things that they're being told they can't do. So at the same time, like I like it. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be up for anything. I mean, that would be dope. But I think that's one of those things where it's like you really have to like be picky on who you want to work with, because everybody everybody sounds different, everybody works different. And so yeah, definitely near future you might see something like that.
Yeah, Missy would be a classic. Thank you, Josh, for the sub. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. You are much appreciated. We got some more questions. What's your favorite Wayne track?
Oh, um I think the one I've really been bumping lately is No Love. And it's such a classic. But anything by Wayne, anything. I mean, 6 foot, 7 foot. That's actually the very first song I ever listened to that got me put on the Wayne was. That's when he dropped 6 foot, 7 foot, and everybody and their mom was listening to that with Corey Guns, and it was
Yeah,
like
that was
I
played
would have that
everywhere.
song. Oh
Back to
my
back to back
god!
to back to back to
And
back.
he killed that song. And what really made me gravitate towards Wayne was the way he was, the puns he put in his lyrics. They were just, there's nothing like a Wayne set of lyrics. There's nothing like it. It would just like, he just says shit that really makes you like think. Like
Yes.
oh, I'm trying to think of that song about with him and DJ Khaled and Drake. I'm on one. where he said, "I'm gonna put an end to your world like the Mayans." It's like these kind of things are
Right.
like
He
crazy.
definitely like stretches like stuff that you don't even think to put and formulate together for sure. And then for him to, originally, say, he didn't write stuff down. It was just like really off the top of the dome. It just helps you think like, okay, this is the stuff that's just naturally flowing through your brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Even if you are, for those that are not an artist, it's like, wow. But then when you are an artist, it's like, wait a minute. Like, how do you even formulate that together? So yeah, Wayne definitely is a classic, and the audience agrees. 6'7" was a
Yeah.
classic. No love,
Ooh,
they feeling
no
that.
love.
Sticking with the
Uh,
Lil Wayne theme, we got one more question about Lil Wayne. It's either mixtape or album Wayne. Like, which one would you like better?
the Carter run is something that'll never like. There's nothing comparable to the Carters, so I would have to go with album. He has some crazy mixtapes like No Ceilings. There's some crazy mixtapes, and there's like that little era of mixtape era that was really hot, and like with DJ Drama doing his thing with the mixtapes, like Wayne is, I'm sorry, and I know a lot of people get frustrated with me about this because I sound like a fanboy. There's nothing like a Lil Wayne as far as hard work ethic goes with music. This man he's up there. I mean, I'm talking throne status. To me, personally. I know a lot of people say Hove. I don't know.
And you know what? For me, well, let's not forget his Squad Up tapes. That Joker went ham on them.
Yes.
So for me, I'm an unpopular opinion person too. Like I probably would do Lil Wayne over Jay-Z, but that's because I've listened and I've cultivated more into Lil Wayne than I have Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Like Wayne, you know what I'm saying? It's rap, but it also gives you like I can chill, I can flow, I can vibe. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Hove, it's a little more hardcore. And since I'm not as hardcore, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't really relate with like the street talk. I'm super suburban, okay? Way suburban.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I like a song that can give me a good vibe, a good beat, a good like, okay, I can bop to this. I want to have fun with the music. And I get that more with Lil Wayne. With Jay-Z, I get more like serious. This is the street. This is how it is. And I'm like, I appreciate it, but
Yeah.
I definitely vibe with Wayne more.
They're very different. Like he came out with that song, what's it, Tap Out? Do you remember that song? It had Nicki in it. It was She Would Make It Tap Out.
Oh,
It's with Future. Yeah.
I do. Yeah,
So when he
yeah,
came out
yeah.
with that too, I was in I was like beginning of high school. I was like, this dude just does it all. And it was like, yeah, no, it's two different artists for sure. I can agree with you on that.
Thank you for dropping in, Lonnie. And Dakira says work ethic is unmatched. Agreed. Not a Jay-Z fan, but I respect his business mindset. It's Wayne for me, but I'm from the South. So you know what? That might be it, Dakira. I am from the South, so I may appreciate Wayne more just because I am from the South. Josh, we're sorry. We're not taking anything away from Hove. We love Hove. Hove is a great person. Like Dakira said, his mindset, his business, all that is great. His music is great. But we're just basically talking about what we relate with a little more, which on this end apparently is Wayne. So like we ain't, no love against
Hove's
Hove.
Black Album is legendary.
Hove
I'll never take that away.
Hove is with his own in his own right, a great. But there's many greats. So Hove is just one of a few.
Andre 3K.
See, we got a few greats out there. Let's see what else we got for you. We want to get all these questions in that the fans wanted to know, so they can feel like they really, really, really know you. So okay, what are your goals in music?
In general or for this year?
Let's go with for this year.
For this year, okay. So, January, at the end of January, I sat down with my team, and I really have to shout my team out. God bless them. I have the best people around me. We went around my goals of what I wanted to do for this year. One of them was I want to create a hot song that will be on multiple radio stations.
Mm-hmm.
Check. We got Ego on multiple. It's amazing. My other one was going to be get signed to a bigger label, get signed to, be official and do that. So we're actually in talks. We're gonna get that rolling. And then my other one was I needed to go ahead and get my first song collab done with, one of those three individuals that I told you about. So we'll see where it goes. I had three big goals. We've already accomplished one and a half of them. We're almost there. And then the next 2 years, I think it's going to be Billboard time. We're definitely going to be up there for sure. We're on a hot streak right now. So this year was just kind of building a monumental status, kind of showing the world, here comes Diffy out of, Charlotte, North Carolina. We want to, that was my goal this year, was to go ahead and, stabilize everything that we've worked hard for. And we're moving fast and we're doing some great things. And it's a pleasure to be on here.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Gutter Queen, for the raid. We got some people up in here. For those of y'all coming in for the first time, I am Tony Dominique. We are interviewing with Diffy. He is an independent music artist, and I am so excited that y'all chose to come in with me today. I am a podcaster that happens to also game. So Monday through Thursday, really, I'm, bringing light to the unseen culture, as y'all see here with Diffy. And on the weekends, I turn into gamer girl mode. So if y'all want to see me game, come back on the weekends. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, everybody. Hope you like what you see. Follow, subscribe. We have many, many interviews coming up. We're talking with Diffy, just having a good conversation and dialogue. We listened to his music yesterday. He is live on all streaming platforms. You can follow him on Instagram at most_different_1. If y'all want to get in tune with what he's doing. If y'all have any questions for him while y'all are here, hey, definitely put him in the chat. We'll definitely ask him
Throw him up.
anything that you want to know. Thank you so much, Gutter Queen. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you, all raiders, everybody coming in. Hope you like the content that we are creating. Yes. We only do independent artists here. Back to Diffy. We got what your goal in music was, but do you plan on coming out with an album? Because we noticed that on your Apple Music, there's a lot of singles and there's an EP, but we didn't necessarily see a specific album.
We have not talked about that quite yet because, like I said, we're working out, a couple labels. So to me, I definitely would love to, because that would be so fire. I don't know if you guys listen to Highways and Demons EP, but just making that was so much fun, and I loved it. Like a lot of people dread that stuff, and to me, I loved it. Like, it was. I definitely think we'll be. I don't know. We'll have to think about that one, because it's not necessarily always up to me as well. I have to run it through a bunch of people, but yeah, I think we'll have something coming at some point. I would love to do it. I would love to.
Okay, make sure you send it in, because we here for the good place to support the music. We want the fans to hear it.
Absolutely.
Let's see. What are the challenges you faced as an independent artist?
I think really, like, besides, like, you're constantly funding yourself, you're building your brand, you're constantly having to funnel money. It can get tough sometimes, because you are your bank account. Like, you are your label. So
Right.
sometimes you have to keep the steam rolling. You just have to keep grinding and hustling. So besides that, I think it's just building connections and being able to actually get your name out there. That's the toughest. And look, this game ain't made for everybody. Honest to God, it'll weave you out so fast and spit you out.
It's not for the weak at heart.
No, it's not. You really have to want it. And I'm grateful now that I'm finally at a good point where I've done what I needed to do. And but that was the toughest. I think money was easier than doing the whole networking, getting in the right rooms, and because it just took time and it took countless amounts of effort. So really, and if there's any independent artists on here right now, I would highly suggest to you that you do not shun upon showcases. Never frown upon them. Never. I know they have a bad stigma, but you have to start somewhere. always taking advantage of a showcase, because I'll tell you right now, no matter how dead a showcase looks, there will be somebody in that crowd. And if you do what you need to do and you go in there and do what you need to do, that one person might not come off as a powerful person, but I guarantee you somebody's in that room that you need to be in talks with, whether it's a local cat or an industry cat. They're at these showcases because these showcases are where a lot of talent is. And
Right.
that's what I did. So it's like, that was the hardest part: paying for your own showcase, paying for your slot, grinding your ass off in the studio to make music for the showcase, performing it, like all of it. And it's been really, and now we're at a good point where we're able to, you know, chill out a little bit and just build our music and completely start to branch off. But yeah,
And I'll
connections.
say one thing for me that I think, of course, I'm not an artist, but one thing I think for me in doing showcases and performances and stuff like that, whether it's a talent show or whatever you choose to do, is it gives you time to practice. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're just only in the studio, all you know is like standing behind the mic and standing there, you don't know how to present that energy to an audience. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when it's time to perform, you're just standing there with the mic, like, okay, here's the lyrics. You're not performing, you're just reciting the lyrics, and people want to be entertained. I know for me, I only go to concerts where I know the artist is going to really entertain me. Like if I want to just hear you recite your music, I can go get your album, listen to it on Spotify. I don't have to pay whatever amount of ticket price to come see you. I can just simply listen to your album, sit at home, kick my feet up for basically free. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we got a couple of questions. We got what will you classify yourself as having made it in the music industry?
Look, I'm a very hard-headed person. I'm a very ambitious person. I'm gonna go ahead and just be completely blatant honest. I won't say I made it until I'm number one on the Billboard charts. There's no, I'm all or nothing type of person, and the minute you see my name everywhere as a number one Billboard chart, that'll be the minute I'll go around and finally, you know, I'm a very humble human being, but that's the minute you'll see a little bit of like Diffy starting to look like he's a little cocky, because it's like that's all or nothing. Number one Billboard chart song. Um, that's a huge goal of mine. Um, so yeah, I will never tell myself that, you know what I mean? Oh, you're good now. No, never. Not until we're at that point, and then finally it'll be like, okay, we're doing it right. We're gonna roll.
So
Nothing until then.
so when
Nothing.
you hit that number one, you're gonna be playing your song that says "I'm on my way, I'm on my way."
Really, that song is doing some crazy numbers. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, we got two questions. We got how do you deal with the downtime, staying focused when there's no motion?
Really, I kind of take advantage of that stuff. I think the biggest problem with, well, it used to be a problem with me, is that like I would get, I write all of my music. I don't have a ghostwriter. I don't go look up stuff. Like I'm genuinely writing my own stuff. So at some point you get a block of creativity. Like you're like, I saw this thing about Wayne, and I'm staying on track here, but I saw this thing on Wayne where he said he has to Google, if he's doing a feature and he's writing his lyrics for this feature, he has to literally Google his lyrics and the exact lyrics that he's writing to make sure he hasn't already said that, right? So that's actually a common thing, because you run out of creativity, and then now you're writing a song, you're basically freestyling but with more time and more essence. So like you'll run out of stuff, and that, right now, I'm getting better with it, but right now, with a lot of pressure and stuff right now, eyes starting to be on me and stuff, I'm having to constantly pump, 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 pump. And so I don't really get to utilize downtime. With me, my downtime is more so just making sure that I'm staying creative, and making sure that I'm not wasting any time or anything. Like, just right now, writing a ton of music is what I'm doing. And because I had to go through that whole phase of losing creativity. So yeah, that to me was my struggle, but I've kind of kinked it out. I know it's different for everybody else though. So
Okay. So we also got, what is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn. Sorry,
A lot of
Dicaria.
people talk that shit about Capricorn. I don't know nothing about it, so don't spear me on this
Well,
one,
I
guys.
wasn't coming for you. The chat thought that you were a Leo. They said
Oh,
you
really?
give off Leo vibes. So sorry.
Really?
He is
No, I'm a
a
Capricorn.
Capricorn. We got, a wise man told me that writer's block just means that you haven't lived through what you need to talk about quite yet. Downtime is necessary.
I agree. I agree. I'm kind of learning that right now. I'm learning the whole sense of balance because right now we're doing a lot of press runs and stuff. So right, you're when you're really busy, it's hard to really balance everything out. And this industry is tough. I mean, it is. When things started to really pick up for me, I was kind of hit with a whirlwind, and it was like, okay, now what? Like, what do I do now to remain me, not somebody I'm not supposed to be, and at the same
Right.
time still getting my fans what they need to hear. Yeah, I completely agree, and I'm doing that right now. Of all right, Diffy, what we got to do here, boss? Because at some point, I know a lot of look. I'm very close with a lot of big artists, very big artists, and I've had very comfortable conversations with these people, and the first thing that they always have said to me and advice they've given me is never lose yourself, never, and it's what I've experienced in this past year. You can easily get lost in the sauce, and it's like you have to balance it. I agree with that. Whoever said that, you're absolutely right.
Yes, that was Miss Dicaria with her artist development out there. And we also got, what does your creative process look like when you're making your music?
Dope question. I love when I get asked this. Okay, a lot of people are gonna try and call cap on me, but if you listen to the Highways and Demons album, that entire album was freestyled from top to bottom.
I could see that.
Because let me emphasize as to why. Um, I write all my music. So my creative process generally, if I'm wanting to make it like ego was written. I do technically my process naturally is I have a great team, great engineers. They make my beats, they do this and they do that. But I'm a geek when it comes to BeatStars. If you're familiar with BeatStars, the app, I'm on there every day and I'm buying and buying and buying beats. So I usually will buy a beat or I'll have my engineer send me one. I'll
Okay.
write to it within a couple days and then I'll book the session in real quick, come in, knock it out. But the reason why I brought up Highways and Demons is because Highways and Demons was a little bit different. I had set a time frame for myself to get this entire EP done. Had no beats set aside, nothing. It was just go. I wanted to see how fast I can get it done. I wanted to see how well we could get it done. And so, with that being said, I was only, here's where that money comes into play. I paid for the entire thing, mixing, mastering, studio time, all of it, the beats.
You
So
gotta
I
invest in
finally
yourself. Welcome back, Gutter
have
Queen.
to. So I told myself, I was like, if you freestyle this album, it would be so legendary because I had limited time to do every song. I didn't have enough time to write and do this. So if you listen, that was an exception. The Highways and Demons album is where I learned that whole writer's block struggle because I was in the booth for 2 hours just blah, 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 you know what I mean? And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna run out of something to say. And so yeah, if you listen to Highways and Demons album, you'll notice that that's out of my box. That's not my normal creative process. Usually I have a beat, I write to it, and within a couple of days, I've actually, like, if you listen to Hand Grenade, there's a song I have out called Hand Grenade.
We
That
heard that
song,
song.
yeah, that's another unique process that I had is we made that beat on the spot when I was in the studio, and we made that beat, and I wrote as my guy was making the beat, and then hopped right in the booth and made Hand Grenade. So it varies. Not necessarily it's very different, but at the same time, like I got tricks up my sleeve that kind of surprises me in my own sense. It's like, wow, dude, you really did that. So more so, it's just writing. I'm writing. I take my time. I want to give my fans the best that I can give them, and I feel like freestyling is not necessarily the best way to, even though it's off your heart and your brain. Freestyling can come off as sloppy, in my opinion. Your words, your vocal range, your things you're saying are not necessarily deep thought when you're writing and you're sitting down with AirPods in and you're writing for hours. It's going to be a whole different layout, a whole different song.
Yeah, because you
So
have time to like rewrite, reread
yeah,
it, read it over, make sure that it flows together right, make sure that it makes sense. Because sometimes when you freestyle, it could just come out as gibberish.
yep,
I mean, not always, obviously. You can get some really good songs from freestyling, but it also
oh
gives you
yeah,
that time to kind of like, okay, what story am I telling in this particular song? You got some people who believe BeatStars is lit. Gutter Queen says lit.
yes, that's very underrated. And that's another thing is like you're writing a song within a couple of days. Within those couple of days, you could have something happen to you emotionally or something. You know what I mean? And then you done amped up the vibe on the song you're writing because it's like, oh, well, now I'm in a bad mood, so now I'm really gonna, you know what I mean? I'm really gonna start
Go
going
in.
ham on this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
yeah, because
definitely
now
take
I got the emotion.
the Mary J or the Taylor Swift approach, where you know something is going on. A good album is coming. Once
Oh
you hear
yeah,
in the media, hey, something happened, you be like, oh, an album is coming. Oh, once Taylor start
100%.
dating somebody, as soon as she break up, an album is coming. You just already know. You just get prepared. Get your
Shout
ducks
out
in a
T
row.
Swift, my future baby mama.
Get your Do you have celebrity crushes? Would Taylor Swift count as your celebrity crush?
No, but definitely she's gorgeous. She's definitely everybody loves Taylor Swift. I never really listened to her music, but I just know that she's up there. I don't know, like a celebrity crush. I don't know. I don't really like get there when we get there because
Got
at this
you.
point it's like there's a lot of dope women out there in the industry that are really dope.
So with that, since we're already in this lane, are you dating anyone?
Right now I'm not. Right now I'm real focused on just everything right now. I really don't have the time to be and I know it sounds like an asshole response, but I really just don't have the time to be in a relationship or just I would never like if I was to be with a girl right now, I would not have the drive to give that person enough attention right now. Like I'm so focused, I'm tunnel vision right now, and it'd be the worst thing for me. But no, I mean, definitely near future once things start to settle down and I'm able to acquire, the things that we've already talked about, then yeah, we'll see what happens. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I went through ego is based off of a bad breakup I had. So it's like, at the same time, I'll let a girl break my heart because I'm gonna come out with a banger.
Gotcha.
No,
You know
I'm
what?
just
That's
messing.
actually
Yeah,
a
no.
real common answer for people that's really out here grinding in any industry, whether it's acting or music or comedy or even for this. I know for me, coming in and being like, hey, I gotta go online and stream. It's like, okay, well, I want to go have dinner or I want to hang out. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's always easier to date someone in the industry because when y'all are both busy, it just kind of, y'all just find those little pockets of time and y'all just understand that, hey, we're both on the grind.
Yeah.
But to date someone outside of in any industry,
They don't
it's rough. Yeah,
understand.
it's rough.
That's been my problems with like the girls in the past is like they don't really understand how much you have to really. That's what I'm saying. This industry will spit you out if you're not made for it, and it's like that's my problem when I'm saying distract. When we talked about this earlier, how I was saying like certain distractions and stuff, and I'm learning to balance. One of those is women. Like I'm starting to, a relationship requires a lot of effort and attention. And if your effort and attention is solely based on your goals, you're not going to have enough to the side. So yeah, I could near future we'll see what happens, but not right now. Diffy's not in the relationships right now.
Got you.
Not right now.
With the industry being such a tough industry to get into, what would you say have been some like, I want to say blockers that's like, yo, like if I didn't really want these type of things would make me quit today.
Man, I've had many hard times with just like money. Like coming up, it was just so tough, and I've had many sleepless nights. I've been in the studio. I've done a lot of the whole work a 12-hour shift at work, get off at 11 at night, drive up to Charlotte, be in there till 5 in the morning, and do it all over again type deals. Like, just you have to really want. You have to risk it all. Like, if you're not willing to drain your bank account out with a bill coming around the corner and you have to sacrifice, if you're not willing to, go on 2 hours of sleep and make sure that you are doing what you need to do, if you're not willing to give it all, no matter what voices are outside of you and who's saying what and this and that, then you're just not meant for the industry at all, period. I've watched a lot of people who had a lot of talent fall out, give up, quit, and it's because either they just got tired of funneling so much money and got tired of going broke and just didn't see I see beyond what's going on right now. I think a lot about ahead. I'm always trying to think ahead. So if I know that me dumping a lot of money and going sleepless nights, and like we just went to Atlanta. Let me give you a great example of actually what happened recently. And shout out Rich November. We just came out to Atlanta a couple weekends ago. We had a live radio interview with Highly Unique Radio. Shout out Rich November. 60,000 people were on this radio and listened to our interview. And let me tell you what I had to go through. I rented a car on Turo, right? And shout out my boy Xander Ross. He's another huge artist I'm very close with. We both mobbed down to Atlanta. We were just going to go on the same day because I had to work the next day. I still have a job, people. I'm not big yet. But, and we drove down there after I got off work, drove all the way down to Atlanta. I'm sorry. I know you're from Atlanta. Your guys' traffic is horrendous and it will make me not want to come back again. It was so bad. But within the same day, we drove down there. Atlanta's about 4 hours away from me. So we mobbed down there, we did a little press run with Rolling Stone magazine, and afterwards went to the radio interview. Got lit at the club afterwards for a celebration because it was a monumental moment for us. We were just, 60,000 people were just listening to us on the radio, and we drove all the way back home. And what did I do when I got home at 6 a.m? I went to work. It's one of those things where you really have to be so hungry for it that you're willing to really go that extra mile because, like I said, it's not something that they're just going to give out to anybody. You have to show, you have to prove. I've had to prove. If I could tell you how many times I've had people come up to me and go, "Bro, what are you doing? Your music is cool and all, but you are just not meant for this." And then like a couple of months later, they'll come back and be like, "Bro, your music's fire. It's inspired me to do this and do that." And you have to be willing to really. It's fucked, but you really have to do it. You just have to. There's no. I'm in the middle. I kind of want it, but I kind of want to make sure I can survive. No, you have to be all in. Or just
No
tip your
gray
toes
area.
and go right back out. You can't. There's no way. I
No
watched
gray
it.
area. For those that live in Atlanta, we all know the chat saying, the traffic sucks. We all know. We live here.
God.
We know. Matter of fact, if you work anywhere, you don't really want to go more than 30 minutes past where you live. Like we all move to the areas and where we want to work, or we work from home. We don't.
No, me
Traffic
and my boy
can take
were
you
driving
out.
home. We were making such good timing. I think we left North Carolina at like 11 in the morning or 11 in the afternoon, and we were like, "Oh yeah," because we had to pick my manager up. Shout out Kim. We had to pick my manager up from the airport. So I'm like, "All right, we leave at 11. We'll make great time." Kid you not, we're zooming. We're doing great, and all of a sudden we get like, what was it, Augusta, Georgia, or something like that. And as soon as we started entering that area, we were like, it was like, boom. And it was like 3:30 in the afternoon, and my boy was like, "Bro, I do not want to come back here ever again." It was that bad.
First, y'all made the mistake of starting at 11. If you
I
want
know.
to.
My manager said the same thing. She's like, "What the hell were you thinking?"
Yeah, you gotta get up way early. You gotta start you gotta start coming to Georgia like you trying to go the early shift of work. You cannot anytime between 1 and 6, you don't want to get into that vibe of what Atlanta can do to you. So you have to make sure that you get in way earlier. So even if you hit traffic, it's at the very end of whatever you're trying to do. Do
No, the
not
funny part
come
is I
in
went
at
on.
11.
No, I learned the hard way because the funny thing is I went on a tour out in Atlanta last year for a week straight, but I flew in and got picked up on a tour bus. So I didn't have to go through that. So I didn't realize how bad it was. And I always fly into Atlanta. And I told my boy, I said, next time we are getting the plane tickets, there's no way I'm going through this again.
Yes.
But yeah, shout out Atlanta. Shout out Atlanta.
So you gave a shout out to your manager, Kim Dillinger. Shout out Kim Dillinger from On Third Ave Management. So I want to ask you, at what point did you decide that you needed management as you're doing your music career?
You know, it's crazy. When I went on my tour last year in Atlanta, is how I met the On Third Ave ladies. You know how you were talking about performances that you would never go to a performance unless it's something that really like makes you, go crazy. Those are my performances. I live for this shit. So I actually did this tour, and they happened to be in the same. These are showcases, but they're like next level showcases. These are like big deal. Turned up the crowd, did my thing, and they happened to be in the crowd scouting an artist, and I happened to be the one they picked. And at the time, I had just got rid of a manager because it was one of those bullshit deals where she was skimming me, and I actually got did dirty by this woman. She was an artist the entire time and never told me, and was stealing my lyrics and was like using my name and stuff at the same time of managing me. So I was in looks for a manager. So I wanted a manager because one, it's like, look, if you're somebody who doesn't think you need a manager, I'm sorry, I'm not saying you can't do it by any means, but look, these ladies, at least the people I'm signed to, they know exactly where you need to be, how you need to do it, why you need to do this. I mean, they've pushed. I'm not a social media guy. I actually personally hate social media, but what these ladies have done has gotten me, in tune with social media. A manager is always going to be on your tail end and telling you, look, you got to do this, you got to do that, we got to get this rolling, we got to do that. And they put you in rooms that you need to be in. I mean, these ladies Kim Dillinger is the bomb, Shay Newton, they're all of them, they're amazing. And you can never go wrong with a manager. I think at the time last year when I did that tour, I was starting to create a buzz. I was starting to get noticed a lot by bigger people, and I was like, I need to be managed. I have to have a representation of my team. So yeah, that was super important. I'm a big team guy. I don't hesitate to shout you out. I don't hesitate to put you on. I don't hesitate to look out for you because my team does the same for me. So at the same time, it's like, you have to have a team. It takes a village to raise a kid. So it's like, when you have the right people around you, you're unstoppable. Like, we've created a force like very big. So it's like, yeah, I've always needed one. It's not that I necessarily like need it, but
you need it.
Personally, I don't want to go anywhere without one.
Got you. Hey, Little Chaser, thank you for joining the chat. We are doing good. How are you? We are talking to artist Diffy. He could have been named Little Diffy, but he decided to stick with Diffy. If this is your first time in this room, I am Tony Dominique, and I am the podcaster who also games. So Monday through Thursday, you will get live entertainment, be it music, be it interviews. On Wednesdays, we do a movie night, so come back for movie night. We watch independent films. Thursday, we have Tony's Pink Table Talk, where we talk to people, my friends. We come in, we have a good girl chat. And on weekend, Friday, I'm off, y'all. Gotta take a break, gotta breathe. And then on the weekends, I game, turn into full gamer mode. So hopefully you like the content that I'm creating. Hopefully you come back. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, whatever your heart contents. We love you here. Thank you for coming in. We got Daikira say, yes, your success is our success as managers. Daikira is also our manager. We are the artist advocate. Yes, I absolutely think, I love good managers. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely heard some stories about bad management. So you definitely got to do your research when picking a manager, because sometimes people just be like, oh, I could do it. I can be a manager, because I know that me, for myself, I've been asked to manage a couple of people. And while I definitely think I could do it, I know the energy and time that it would take to do it. You know what I'm saying? So trying to manage someone and build my own brand, I ain't even gonna try to like mess nobody up like that, because I'm gonna focus on me first every time.
That's what makes,
I'm gonna
and that's
focus
what
on
I
me
really
first every
like
time.
about mine. Yeah, that's what I like about mine is that they're all about the artist. Like they've already got the bag. They're not worried about it. They want to make sure that their artists are being where they need to be. And so yeah, shout out on Third Avenue. I mean, they're amazing.
Yes. All right. So I got another question for you. What do you consider the difference between an album and an EP?
I think an EP is just not as worked on as long. It's a shorter. I really consider EP like a representation of artists. Like you go to an EP, you're gonna get an introduction to who that artist is, right? An album is something that already people already know who you are. They already know your kind of music you're gonna put out, and they're expecting you to continue to, you're that's like a piece of art, and then the EP is like the introduction to the artist. An album is like 7 to 12 to 15 songs. Like an EP is like 5. So, and that's my personal difference, and that's how I've always been taught. So, I mean, personally, I think like the Highways and Demons, why it's not promoted and this and that. I want people to listen to it on their own time and kind of get an introduction to who I am, and then you go to the singles. So when I do come out with an album, that thing is gonna be nasty. That thing is gonna be nasty. But yeah,
So
no, it's representation.
with you saying that, for me, when I listen to your music, I personally hear two different styles. I do hear that alternative style that the audience was, saying and linking with, and I hear those more in the songs that you have labeled as single. And then when I hear the songs in your EP, I hear a lot of like real rap, like real, like, okay, I'm doing rap hip hop. So, do you ever plan on doing one or the other, or is your album still going to be an infuse of both?
That's a great question. I don't know, because my fans are they gravitate towards both. I mean, so I don't know. That's a great question, and that's a really like thinking block question. Because uh, I think I would put out an album like how Ego is. I think I would really really love to put an album out just strictly on that style because like I actually now that we're talking about it, I actually just recorded a song that we will be releasing soon called "Made It Top," and that song is like Ego but like times 10. So visually seeing like an album like that, I think would be incredible. But I love to rap. That's how I came up. That's how I did everything. So like I love rapping. I love just the outpost, the contradiction of it, like making people, what do you do when you're like working out? You listening to country? I don't think so. You're listening
I
to
don't know.
something
It's some
that's
good
like
country that you
fresh.
can work out
There
to.
is good country, but I've never been to the gym where I got the guy next to me rocking out to like, you know, Keith Urban or something. Like he's probably either listening to some hardcore rock or hardcore rap. Something that's like really like, because rap has rhythm. Rap has stuff that's gonna get you moving. Like
You know what? I work
I
out
love
to
it.
upbeat R&B.
Really, really. You know what my thing is like right now I love and you're gonna it's just like a stereotypical thing. I love like dubstep working out. Just the sounds like you
Yeah.
just don't want to stop. It's like that is a hooker right there for me, like really big.
All right. So I want to just let you know that also a little bit about the show, a little background is that as we're listening to each artist that we encounter or that we meet along the way or that we meet their manager and we hear about them and we get, hold of their music, the audience gets an opportunity while they're listening to let me know thumbs up, or thumbs down if it makes the playlist because I'm building an independent artist playlist, and it's a
Oh,
playlist that
amazing.
I either if we don't have a specific artist that we're interviewing, because we usually, if it's an artist, we obviously listen to their music the Monday, interview them Tuesday, but sometimes the interviews could be an actor, actress, comedian, business owner. It could be anybody. So we still play A&R Mondays, and then we do an array of independent artist music on the Monday prior. So
That's
they give
dope.
a thumbs up, thumbs down if it makes the cut. And also, like I said, on the weekends, I'm in gamer girl mode. So there's black background music, and that is all also independent music. So that
That's
goes
dope.
on the playlist as well. So as I told you before, the two songs that made it from your cut is I Am Human and Ego. Those are the favorite thumbs up
That's
songs that made
dope.
the
That's
the
dope.
playlist.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very shocked about I Am Human. I'm very shocked.
Really?
100%. Because it's such an old song. Like, you play I Am Human and you play everything else I've been dropping, you literally can tell that it's old. Like, literally, you just go, wow. You can tell by the quality, the sound, everything.
Well,
So I'm
just
very shocked. Never would I ever expect you to even bring that song up. Literally. So I'm grateful that you guys love that song though. It's a good song. Honest to God, it's a good song.
well, like I told you earlier in the interview, this particular audience resonates more with your alternative style music. You know what I'm saying? And of course, that comes
Yeah.
without seeing you, without knowing your story, without knowing where you come from, your background, or anything. That comes from just music alone, and by your voice, your tone, your sound. This audience right here resonates with that alternative vibe that was given between I Am Human and Ego. There are so many artists
Yeah.
that blow up. There are so many artists that blow up off of old songs, and we got to hear you. You work out to upbeat gospel. Okay, I can see that.
Hey, that's dope. Yeah, because they
I can
hit
see
them
that.
notes hard as fuck. It's hard, don't they? The
Yeah, I can see
upscale
that. I can
gospel.
see that. You know what I'm saying? One, it's motivational. It's supposed to keep you going, keep you uplifted. I can see some upbeat gospel. I can see that.
I definitely could too, for sure.
So if there was anything that you really wanted your audience to know about you, what would that be?
That I'm a normal person. Like I go through things just like you guys do, and that I'm no different just because I'm doing something different. I'm no different than nobody. I think a lot of people, you get in a certain realm of popularity, and they think that you're just, you know what I mean. Me personally, I'm just a normal guy. I relate to every single person, and I want everybody to know that like they can always count on me to be like a genuine guy. Because I want to remain that way. I want my fans to really have a connection of, they can, like I said, I've got that motivational thing going right now where I will always be focused on my fans versus me because I'm a very big person on uplifting others. And so we've really been doing that. So just everybody knows. And, a lot of my fans who are diehard fans already as we speak know this. I'm like very genuine, very down to earth, and I will always remain that way because it's just who I am. But yeah, no, always. I want to be able to be relatable no matter, how popular I am or what I've got going on, this and that. I want to be able to still touch down on earth and be able to talk to you and let you come talk to me. So yeah, absolutely. It's just being genuine. I'm always going to be that way, no matter what.
And that's
So
rare because some people get to the top and then they're like untouchable. And,
yeah,
in
not
some
me.
ways you have to be that way, because there are
Yeah,
some crazy people out there. But to find those little spaces where you can, have moments with your fan base, like I think Meg, she just had a intimate thing where her fan base was able to come in. And like I didn't even really know it was even here. My cousin was there and she's everywhere. But you could really like get like one on one with Meg the Stallion, like, you know what I'm saying, right in her face. It was a small little intimate crowd. You got to know her personality, you got to know who she is. And I love when artists create those little pockets of moments, maybe not with like thousands of people in your face where you can't really like feel like you're connecting, but like little pockets where, okay, hey, this is a little intimate setting, limited seats, come and get to know me, let's have like a sit down, a talk, a chat, listen to my music. Or, I love the good classic listening parties. Hey Seb, thank you for coming in, I appreciate you. We're having an interview with Diffy here, independent music artist. You can follow him at most_different_1. I am the podcaster that also games. So hopefully you like the content. Go ahead and follow, subscribe, whatever your heart contents. We thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, like if you can, find those spaces where you can like allow the fan base to really get to know you, kind of like feel like they're connected with you. I think people love those type of artists so much more because it's like you're
Yeah,
my friend. You know what I'm saying? I can
exactly.
reach out to you. I can, talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Or I can let you know, hey, that's like you said in your DMs, you're getting people saying, hey, that song that you made, it really made me feel some type of way. It really helped me through this. Or it really like, came at a moment where I really needed to hear whatever songs. Or hey, I just dealt with a breakup. So that song Ego, I really could relate to that, and it let me know that I wasn't alone. I wasn't doing this by myself, and I could push through it because I'm seeing you push through it, and you don't seem like, even if it could be bothering you, you're still pushing through and it helping me push through. Or the saddest things is when you hear people saying, hey, I woke up and I just didn't want to live anymore today. But, I was listening to your song and it just, made me rethink some things and how to restructure some things. And now I can move forward and do this, that, and the third that I need to do. So I think those moments are so undervalued and mean the most to so many people. And sometimes, me personally, I feel like artists can kind of forget that. And I understand in most cases for artists, they want their own time because like you said, just
Yeah,
regular people, we're just living our life, and our career happens to be music or entertainment, and you want your personal space as well. But I feel like when you sign up for the job of entertainer, you got to be able to carry that on your shoulders to a
oh
big
yeah,
degree, you know what I'm saying, because you have so many people watching and leaning on you and wanting to grab your energy. Is so energy draining, and if you don't have the capacity to understand what that is, it's kind of like going to a restaurant. It's customer service, you know what I'm saying. You don't want your waiter all groggy and irritated. You want them to give you that good quality service that you're paying for, you know what I'm saying. And so
absolutely.
that's what you have to have customer service skills going into music. And that means even when you don't want to, if you out in the public and you're, a big name or even a name that's growing, you got to perform. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? If
yeah,
not, if you can't perform at all times, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but if you can't perform at all times, this may not be for you. And some people get into it and they're like, "Oh, I just want to have my space. Oh, I just no cameras, no photos, no this, no that." We see your face.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
We want to see you. We
It's
want to
gonna
see you.
spit you up and eat you out if you are not meant for it. It really is. I watch it all the time. I there's artists that I'm not gonna say their names, but there's artists that I thought were possibly could be better than Drake. I've watched them. I've been in sessions with them, and they fell off. They just didn't have either the money or they got tired of dealing with all the shit that comes with this. This industry will eat you up and spit you out. If you are
Mm-hmm.
not made for it, it will eat you up. And that I can get the whole camera thing, like I don't know if you're talking about like Kanye or something, but like I mean, at some point, this is a very hard occupation. It's very hard. Your fans are relying on you to stay creative, to constantly pump out music that is worthy to listen to. You're having to perform. Performing is a lot. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you perform like me or like somebody who's really interacting and jumping around and getting all the crowd hype and this and that. You are literally working out for an hour. You know what I mean? Like just in that, everything that comes with the interviews, everything, it is extremely tough, and only the strong will make it through these type of situations. Because I mean, you're not just making music; it's beyond that. You're like you say, it's entertainment. Entertainment is not just me making a song for you. Like you said, you have to see my face. You have to see who I am. You have to know who I am. You're not going to get that just by listening to music. I could listen. I could come across a song on shuffle on a playlist tomorrow by an artist, and I was like, oh, I really like that song. But am I going to go out about and search them up? Maybe not. I might just add your song to my playlist and be like, yeah, I like this song. But if it's an artist that I'm already familiar with, then it's you have to do so much, and yeah, it'll eat you up. It'll eat you up.
Absolutely. So, first, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk with us, talk with my audience. Just let us get to know you. We really appreciate your music. We're looking forward to so much more. Everybody out there watching, listening, whether you're watching on Twitch TV or you're watching on TonyDominique.net, we really appreciate you. Remember, this is the Tony Dominique Show, where I am the podcaster that also games. So just to give you a rundown of what we do in hopes that you come back or in hopes you find something in this channel that you love. On Mondays, we do A&R Mondays, where we play only independent music. And I do that because I like to bring light to the unseen culture. I feel that mainstream people have so many avenues to take over that we need to really bring light to the people that are really out here grinding it from the bottom floor and really bringing it up. On Tuesdays, we do interviews like we're here today with Diffy. You can follow him at most_different_1 on IG. And his music is live on all streaming platforms. So go ahead and check him out and listen if you didn't get an opportunity to listen to him yesterday. And if you did, still go back and listen. Give that man some views, some subscribes, some plays. Let that man live. He is trying to build a career here. And on Wednesday, we do movie night because I'm still bringing light to the unseen culture. So I am doing independent film. So if you are an independent filmmaker, hit me up and we'll definitely watch your film. I'm going to let you know. I'm definitely going to be a live reaction person. So it's going to be something I've never seen before. And I am going to make sure it's not too crazy. So I'm going to probably watch the trailer. But yeah, you're going to see me watch it live here, reaction, and yes, I'm talking through the movie, so just to let you know. Okay, on Thursday it is Tony's Pink Table Talk. No knocks to Jada, but you know the table should always be pink. You know what I'm saying? Pink is a great color for people, so we are definitely doing the Pink Table Talk. I got my girlfriends coming in on Thursday and we got a good topic for you, so you don't want to miss that. And then on the weekends, if you are into games, video games, it has been a minute since I've been playing games, but I am back at it like I never left. So we got some good video games that were coming. Some I'll be trying for the first time, so y'all get to laugh at me as I try to figure them out. And some good old classics that I've been playing for a while, you know, so I know what I'm doing at that point. Or purple, yes, Ashton Martin and Daiquiri. Purple is a color too. We know that's y'all color, but you know, I rock with pink. You know what I'm saying? There's some purple out here too. You know what I'm saying? We got you. So we got, thank you, Diffy. You are dope. They love your music. They appreciate you. I know I've shouted out your Instagram. And then if y'all want to follow the management team, they are at On 3rd Avenue. Let them know any other places that they can find you. If you got a website, if you got tour dates coming up where they can come see you live. We know you said you ain't trying to come back to Atlanta, but just in case you pop back in.
No. I'll be in Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta just by flight. We're not driving anywhere. Yeah, no, we're actually in the process of making a website, but no, I mean just right now we're just pumping music out. Just follow me on all streaming platforms, you know, at Diffy, and follow me on Instagram. That's probably the biggest platform I'm on, where I really interact with people and stuff is on Instagram. So make sure you follow the Instagram, yeah, I mean, if you're an artist out there want to do something, just hit me up. I'm all for it. Yeah, and it's a pleasure. It's people like you that really give artists that leap of faith. So I appreciate you having us on here. Me and my team are very grateful for people like you out here. So appreciate everything that you did, reaching out and having us on your show.
All right, thank you for being here. Anybody else, before we let Diffy go, have any questions that y'all want to ask Diffy before we let him finish his night? We can't hold him hostage. Y'all know how I like to hold somebody hostage, but we not finna do that today. He got stuff to do, music to write, sleep to be had, you know.
No, we don't sleep no more. That's been gone a long time ago.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Shout out to
Of course.
Thank you. I love y'all too. Thank you, Kim Dillinger, for allowing us the opportunity to link with Diffy. If you're watching, we appreciate you. Management team on 3rd Avenue. Remember, follow Diffy at most_different_1. It has been great. You have a good night, Diffy. Bye.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. There I go. Thank y'all, everyone. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. It was a great interview. I think it was a great interview. I hope that you all come back tomorrow. Thank you for all the questions from yesterday and today. Y'all have been amazing. Zakira, thank you for being the amazing assistant that you are. You didn't even know you signed up for this, but you did. I appreciate you. Ashley Martin, thank you for coming in. All the Raiders, any of y'all that are still here, thank you. Mel, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Love you. Big hearts and love. Listen, I'm a new affiliate, so anybody that comes in and appreciates the content that I'm giving, I give you so much gratitude. I am so grateful. Y'all could be anywhere in the world watching anyone on this platform, and y'all choosing to be here with me, and I definitely don't take it lightly. I appreciate it each and every time. Again, tomorrow we are watching a movie. It is called He Said, She Said. Okay, I have no idea what it's about. I'm probably going to watch the trailer tonight to kind of give me a little vibe for it, and then present it to you guys tomorrow so y'all can watch it with me. We always got to, support the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? We're supporting our, top people that we love. We're supporting the main names, but sometimes we forget about, the people that's really, some of them are our family members, our cousins, our moms, our dads, our best friends, or, some associates, people we went to school with. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we support people that, are trying to get the bag. Even though, you're supporting the people that got the bag, don't forget to support the people that's trying to get the bag. So me as a small streamer, definitely appreciate it. I'm sure Diffy appreciates it as well. Shout out to Kim Dillinger and her management team on 3rd Ave. Yeah, it's been real and it's been great, and I appreciate all of y'all. Once again, I can't say it enough. Okay, hopefully y'all liked it. See y'all tomorrow. Okay, bye.
I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. Press pause or I'm pressing play. Drug City, no Saturday. Got pain today and the shit really crazy. Please just make it go away. She's a demon that's roaming loose. Letters or chains, what will I choose? Hang these thoughts with a cable news. What you'll do for some Gucci boots. In the Lambo with the empty soul. Beat forces and a torn his soul. Anything that's gonna make me whole. Lift the pain cause I'm way too swole. Looks a kill and she got some body. Smoking, drinking, pop some rocks. He's love is a drug and that shit copy. Things got heated like hot tamale. Cartier shades, fuck on my face, but this shit hard for me. Broken face, paper plates deep in my arteries. You got me geeked up and you got me trapped down. I feel so useless and you'll never back down. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. I just really need to see you, but you're looking see-through. So really I feel like I don't need you. I'm on my way to drag you down. I'm on my way. Prodigy or just coincidence. You got me pinned up against the fence, but really these facts don't make no sense. Or really it's just at your expense. I'm sitting up at the divisor point between you and I. There can only be one. Memories shine bright.